Remember, continue thinking or start thinking. I am in group 2. I escaped, regrouped, and I am standing. Advocates. No, group 1 members cannot do this. They cannot say this without almost immediately facing dire physical and mental consequences. They cannot hide behind your words. We are far smarter than that. All right, the big question. When will this all begin? Answer. It has already begun, so pay attention and watch your back. And the luminescent of this earth known as anastasis will always be the luminescent of this, your new universe. Although many luminescents will decide to stay on the new world and remain with you, many others will return from whence they came and continue their eternal missions of expanding the Jesus the Christ consciousness for the good of all good souls, and for Jesus himself as well. And yes, the God who watches over and loves you so much, who is the luminescent of this galaxy itself, will still be the same God that you— Yes, we have been very visible confronting jet planes high in your skies. We wanted to do this and have been given permission to do this because the plane's pilots themselves must bear witness to what we do in the sky. We are not responsible for extreme bouts of fear they each have each time we do this. We confront them because, quite honestly, they forced us to. Humanity always feared what it does not understand. Just remember, as your political figures keep giving you breaking news about UFOs, that some of that news is fraudulent. They want you all to fear us and turn to them. Don't be stupid. You should know by now that turning to them is no different than turning to your enemy. Had we wanted to destroy you, we would have done so long ago. World leaders are aware of our presence. They always have been. Now, as part of our mission, I and my other brethren have to work with those world leaders so new bonds can be formed to protect group 2 people. You will continue to find evidence of civilizations which came before you. Do not become distracted. It is the now which you must contend with and remain focused on. Do not let politics distract you, for they do so intentionally. And stop venturing into places, websites, and so forth you know you should stay away from. Your morbid sense of curiosity will serve no purpose and may cost you your life. The way of fighting back is by using power of mind to power of mind and silently restating your intentions. And your intentions are not to fight physically unless you must do so to save your lives. Your intention is to allow power of mind to set the pace and lead the way to your total freedom. We will take care of the physical war. You focus on the mind-to-mind and soul-to-soul war. Now, Celestial has brought up some new revelations regarding what all Group 2 people shall benefit from. Celestial. It was May 30th of this year when I was suddenly and very abruptly picked up and teleported to a place far, far away in space, where 3 to 4 galaxies co-joined. I came as pure soul. I was not permitted to bring my body with me. I knew I did not remember this from when I watched the movie. But I did remember when I signed my walk-in agreement that there was a clause in mine which clearly stated that divinity had the right to pick me up and take me wherever I had to be without giving me advance notice. The Creator sanctioned this event. Too bad I did not remember it when I signed the agreement. I wished I had had advance notice. David had to remain here at home and take care of many things, and I never had a chance to tell him, "I'll be right back." But there I was being hurled onto one of those galaxies and told we had very, very little spatial minutes for me to gather the information that was going to be given to me so that I could be sent home while the doorway to these hidden worlds would still be open. This doorway is heavily guarded. Otherwise, I could have been trapped between interdimensional galaxies. A massive television-type screen appeared to me, and on it was David, looking for me, but at that same moment, I saw what appeared to be a large group of beings that appeared to be about 30 foot tall. They all seemed to be wearing a rust-colored protective armor. At a moment when all of them had given me their undivided attention, and they had scanned by soul essence, they each pressed a tiny button on their suits, and their suits fell off them. In that nanosecond, I saw all of them in their purest androgynous state. I was told, obviously, not verbally, that I was to make a fast meeting with them, for these beings would join those who were left of humanity once this big war had been won on Astasis. These beings were some of the finest, most incredible souls with power of mind thought, leading them that had ever been created. There were scientists, medical doctors, amazing astronomers, mathematicians, aromatherapists, hydroponicists, and others who would be part of the new humanity, and who would align with all Group 2 people who survive this civil war that is taking place on Anastasis. Jesus Christ and his wife Mary Magdalene conceived all these people through the alchemical changing and creation of beings through light conception. I immediately stored all the information deep within my soul, and immediately an enormous hand appeared and quickly spread over each person there. And suddenly I saw David standing there, and the hand covered all of them, and David with a patina of shimmering silky-looking silver. I knew in a way it was a birthmark to signify who each one would be. The sound came that alerted me that I had to leave, and I had to leave now, or I would not be able to get back into body again. At that moment, faster than an eye can blink, I was once again picked up and hurled, this time straight through the doorway, and landed in our bedroom. I felt a little sore by the force of which my soul was pushed back into my body, because it was not my time to beam up yet. I had to have a body in order to maneuver while I broke all this news, not only to Anastasis, for she already knew, but to all good souls. I remember somebody yelling down to me that I was the only one who could have done this, and survived. No pressure, right? David rightfully said, "Where the hell have you been?" It took some time to settle things down so I could feel I was back on Anastasis. And David was the first person I told about this upcoming event. Oh, in case you wondered why I saw him standing there and having that patina sprayed all over him, is because in his next lifetime he will be a fantastic teacher for all his grouping. Readers, you have no idea how many invasive attacks we have had to repel in order to get this part 2 written and posted. Now it's your turn to get the word out. Now, those of you who followed through and did the homework I assigned in the previous transmission are already seeing the results manifesting in the real world. So, what is your new homework? Living your life is your homework now. Love it and live it. I ask you to remember that step by step, Anastasis' dance, and soul, by soul, God's work shall be done. Welcome to your destiny. It is my most fervent wish that I have had and held your complete and undivided attention, and I have never, ever made a wish before. This I now do so on your behalf. You are going to need all the chutzpah you can muster and you can gather. Now be audacious and get the word out. During the course of the writing of this transmission, the divine beings said to Celestial and David, "Full speed ahead, we need all the help we can get. We have done our part now. We ask you to do the same and spread the words enclosed in this transmission. By every means available to you, we have sent the word out to the Magi groupings, the Soul Saints marching in group, the Ancient Souls group, the Walk-in Forces group, along with all the Starkeeper forces, the collective of the luminescents and other divine beings. This transmission is concluded. This is the agreement we made with them. This is the sign they have been waiting for. Think about any forums you may belong to. any magazine you may have access to, all forms of social media, websites, utilize your email lists, etc., and share both part 1 and 2 of this transmission with the people of this world. Damn the torpedoes. Full speed ahead. I am BLUESTAR the Pleiadian. I am hurling torpedoes back at the enemy forces. There is a valley where the spiritual stands on one side and the religious stands on the other side. In the middle walks the Creator and the creation. In time, all shall be as one. I shall meet you there. BLUESTAR the Pleiadian.